Wow, what a thrill to be here. I am Jessica Allen, and I'm here today to talk to you about MotherBoard. MotherBoard is an online platform that connects our area's amazing not-for-profit organizations with a smart, educated workforce that is ready to jump in and get involved in projects around Cleveland. And that workforce comes to us in the form of mothers wishing to opt back in after taking some time out of work. So let me tell you a little bit about how MotherBoard came to be for me. I was always very career-oriented. When other little girls were dressing their Barbie dolls up as brides and prom queens, I was turning mine into the first female Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. I went to college, I had fabulous internships around the city of Cleveland, and I launched a career, and it was awesome. And about 10 or 11 years in, I became a mom, went back to work full-time, and 2 years later, as luck would have it, had identical twin daughters. With 3 kids under the age of 3, my husband and I could not manage 2 careers at once, and frankly, I was working at the City Club in my absolute dream job, but my salary didn't warrant paying for 3 kids to be in daycare, so I opted out. I didn't really know what I was going to do, so I joined a playgroup. I was driving to my first playgroup, and I thought, what am I going to have in common with these women? And I walk in and I meet a Weatherhead MBA, I meet an attorney, a speech pathologist, a small business owner, and I think, these are my people. These are my people. And it was wonderful. I met so many smart, educated, professional women who were doing the same thing that I was. Excuse me, I lost my train of thought for a second. So fast forward, I ended up re-entering the workforce and serving as an executive director of a small community not-for-profit arts center. At that point, I was balancing a lot, family and work, and one thing that continued to happen at work is I was identifying these little holes in our process, things we couldn't quite get done in the organization. So for example, we needed somebody to come in and reconcile our checkbook once a month. And so I started to call upon these women that I had gotten to know over the years as a mom, and I started to bring them over into our organization as 1099 contract employees to help us with projects as we needed help. I continued to do that for the next 4 or 5 years throughout my career, make matches, connect people, and I started to think, why isn't anybody doing this on a grander scale? So I did a little market research and found out that really nobody was doing it on a grander scale. And so I decided that I would create MotherBoard. So MotherBoard, again, it's an online platform, so it's a peer-to-peer thing. So think about Uber, think about Match.com, think about something that's connecting 2 different groups of people that can help each other. That's what MotherBoard does. So it doesn't stop there. It doesn't just connect these people. We have this incredible, talented workforce in Cleveland in the form of professional women who are wanting to do work. We're going to take those women, we're going to train them, we're going to do webinars. So for example, we'll give them the skills to build up their LinkedIn page. We'll teach them, how do you talk about being a PTO chair? I actually know that it's harder than running a Fortune 500 company at times. But how do we help them talk about what they've done, help build their self-efficacy, and then at the same time introduce them to these amazing not-for-profit organizations in Cleveland? There is so much happening in Cleveland. If we can take somebody who spent 10 years as a McKinsey consultant and then opted out for a few years and introduce them to what I know as the absolute joy and fulfillment of working in the not-for-profit sector, I think it's a win-win. So a little more about the logistics of MotherBoard. It will be a 501c3. I anticipate that it will be self-sustaining. So mothers who wish to use the services of MotherBoard will have the chance to do so for a flat monthly fee. I'm thinking $10 a month, maybe a little break if you join for the year. And at the same time, business or not-for-profits who use it will pay a per hire fee. So every time they make a hire, they'll pay a little fee to MotherBoard for us helping them to make that match. It'll also use a multi-user rating system. So for anyone who's done Airbnb, you rate the host rates you. It's the same kind of thing. So as people move forward through the MotherBoard process and do more projects, they get ratings, builds their self-efficacy. The not-for-profits have a better sense of who the people are that they're looking to hire. I can hit the ground running with this tomorrow. This is replicable. It's something that I haven't seen done anywhere else. I think Cleveland can be on the mark, can do great. This can go really well. I'm watching my clock. Goodness. Thank you. I'm ready. I hope you'll consider MotherBoard, and I appreciate your time.